I'm Nan Simonsen. I'm a National Board Certified Health and Wellness Coach, and I'm getting ready for an event tomorrow at our senior center. I do a monthly class on aging powerfully with lifestyle as medicine. That's my background. And I am preparing for it, and I thought, wait, I'm going to bring you along. This will be quick because I've decided that for tomorrow's, I do a talk on health, and then I do a demonstration for food. And I'm going to release this right away. But for this demonstration, I decided to make it the simplest thing I could do, something that anyone can do. As people get older, sometimes they spend less time in the kitchen, sometimes they're not as hungry, sometimes they want to eat something so super simple. Well, this took care of all of that. And this is my, wow, that hurt. This is my Instant Pot. It is, I set it for, unfortunately everything has gone off because I moved it from a different area to here. But I set it for 9 minutes to do these little potatoes. The potatoes are going to be the base for an appetizer. So the potatoes are very small. I'm going to be, I'll use this spoon. I'll be taking them out of here. What happens with the Instant Pot is that it cooks the thing, pressure cooks the thing, and then starts counting the other way. Starts counting up the minutes that it has been under pressure. And quite often, if you wait 20, 30 minutes, sometimes 40, all the pressure will be gone on its own. That's called coming down, the pressure coming down naturally. But I want this, I don't want these to continue to cook and cook and cook. So I bought a bag of potatoes from Trader Joe's. You can get them anywhere. And the bag was, here, I can even show it to you. It was a 3-pound bag of organic golden potatoes. I think it was maybe $3.50. This could, oh, shoot, a couple of these burst. That's really interesting. Okay. But I buy these potatoes, I cook them in batches once a week, and my husband gets these potatoes kind of mashed down, put in our air fryer, which is the Breville hot air oven, but it's also an air fryer. And then he loves that crispy potato to then dip in hummus. Well, I'm doing sort of the reverse. I'm putting hummus on it for this event. So these potatoes are very hot, and I want them to cool down, and I want them to cool down rather quickly. So we're gonna get them out of here. Do you know anything about resistant starch? Let me tell you about that. When you have just about any starch that needs to be cooked, for example, potato, rice, it could be quinoa, pasta, grains, legumes, do they become a resistant starch? I'm not sure. In any case, the item that is cooked has a certain amount of starch. Let's say it's 4 grams of starch in that item, and you want to use it the next day. And I do this on purpose. I do a lot of batch cooking, and the starches are almost always used throughout the week in one way or another. See, this one exploded, and another one, I have not seen that. And it makes sense because typically when you bake a potato, you cook a potato, you pierce it, but I've not had to do that. And these two kind of, and they kind of messed up the others, but it's okay, we'll still make this work because I'm going to be bringing these to the senior center. I live in Riverside, California, and we have one of the most populated senior centers in California. We do, 40 classes, 30, 40, maybe 50 classes a week. There's things going on constantly. And to our members, they're free, and membership is super, super cheap. And there's other events that are free. In any case, I'll be showing this to them. I'll be talking to them about health, and this is such an inexpensive thing to do. Okay, so we have the potatoes. I typically have about 30 people per class, sometimes 40, sometimes 25. And I'm going to be cutting these in half, but only when they've cooled. And again, there'll be a base. I feel like I was telling you something and I lost my train of thought, but I don't think it matters because I'm still on track for what I want to show you. Now, this is going to, oh, we were talking about resistant starch. All right, so those, let's say the potatoes, let's say I serve them right away hot and we put some, well, hummus on it, or a cheese sauce, a vegan cheese sauce, whole food, plant-based, and they were 4 grams of fiber. 4 grams of carbohydrate. Once they are cooled, now not every part of it, like the skin's not going to make a difference, but once they're cooled, the digestible fiber increases, meaning, the indigestible fiber increases, meaning that instead of this little potato being 4 grams of fiber, usable fiber, or I think I'm saying this wrong, the actually caloric count would be almost half of that. What it really comes out to, because some parts are and some parts aren't that digestible fiber, what it comes out to is that when I cook these and then I serve them cooled, and this is what I'm doing, they're on a rack in this pan so that the air can circulate, so that I can cool them, put them in the refrigerator at least a couple of hours. Now they've developed resistant starch, and when somebody eats them, the caloric count is maybe 5 to 10, well, sometimes even up to 20% less, but more important, they're getting that resistant starch that is great for the healthy gut bacteria. We call that the microbiome, and it's it keeps blood sugar from spiking, that resistant starch, because it doesn't allow quick spikes in due to carbohydrate ingestion, because it's digested differently. So there's lots of things that are a benefit when you create a resistant starch. So I'm doing this on purpose. I'm going to let that cool now. There were a couple of them that broke open, but let's say that this was later today and I have these cool potatoes, and when they cool and then I put them in the refrigerator and then I slice them, they're that much more firm. But I would take one of these, and this is what I'll be doing tomorrow. I would take this and I'm going to slice it, and it will give me a nice plain slice. And let's say that we were having a dinner party, and I wanted to put out something as an appetizer that is delicious and easy. Let's take a piece of parsley here. And this little collection represents my favorite hummus. My husband has had this every day with his air-fried potatoes, with the rest of his lunch, open-faced avocado sandwiches, has had that for years. And he loves this hummus. I love this hummus, partially because it's very healthy. I don't add oils to it. There's no reason to. I do use tahini, so we have the value of those sesame seeds. That's what tahini is. It's sesame butter. And so in this hummus, I use tahini. I use red bell peppers, roasted red bell peppers, so we're getting carotenoids and vitamin A. I'm using garbanzo beans, drained, and then run through a little food processor, a little blender, some lemon, and then some seasonings. The recipe will be attached here so that you can consider doing that. But for the senior center, I'm going to recommend And they've seen me do this, so I'm not going to do this again. I've made this and then actually served them something that they put it on. I'll be bringing a couple of jars of this with me tomorrow with a spoon and encourage them to take their potatoes and create a little appetizer. Look, it almost looks like a little boiled egg. Should we call that a hard-boiled egg? Should we call that a deviled egg? And this is how nice this can be on a plate or a platter or even a little egg tray. And it's even better when it's cooled. It's pretty, it's easy, and if they didn't want to make this, I would say just buy a hummus anywhere. And this can be an appetizer through or a snack or even a meal throughout the week. Now, if it were a meal, we would need some greens. We would want to up the protein. Potatoes are 10 grams of protein per, oh gosh, is it 100 calories? Anyway, they're 10%, which is, yeah, that. 10% protein a potato is. And so if somebody had 100 calories of potatoes, which, gosh, a pound of potatoes is 300 calories, so 100 calories would be about a third of a pound. They would get from that 10 grams of protein, 10% protein. And so even that is protein, but I'd say kind of crank it up a bit, maybe a glass of soy milk, more of this, because this is protein from the garbanzo beans as well as the chickpeas. Do you see what I'm saying? This is a way that we can nourish ourselves easily. I think that's all I wanted to show you. Look for the recipe in the descriptions. I'm going to cool these. I'm going to slice them. I'm going to bring them in a container and let the people take a piece and dress it and taste how delicious it can be and easy it can be to use very simple ingredients. When I said whole food plant-based, for 8 years now, since I became a health coach, realizing the benefit of a plant-based diet, since I healed from things that were going on in my body that weren't great back then when I did that, I've been teaching whole food plant-based nutrition and lifestyle at a lifestyle medical clinic called Blue Zones Health. Anyway, that's it. I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you got something out of it. I hope you're having a great day, because I know I am. Bye-bye.